Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. I have a gift request from Kyle Perkins from the lovely state of Utah. So Kyle, from the state of New Jersey, wearing my NYPD cap that you could get anywhere in New York City. Thank you for this gift and this request. It's Collin Raye's song, Not That Different. I'm curious to see what this might be. And Collin, I just briefly looked this up. Collin was born in DeQueen, Arkansas. I could be wearing my Razorback hat because he's probably a Razorback fan. No guarantee, though. But if he was born in Arkansas, he's likely a Woo Pig Suey type of guy. Anyway, let's see what Collin has. Not that different. I have ideas, of course. I always have ideas.
She said we're much too different. We're from two separate worlds. And he admitted she was partly right. But in his heart's defense he told her what they had in common was strong enough to bond them for life.
Alright, right away, every so often a word placement pops way out. In his heart's defense, he said yada yada yada. Right away, you know where he's coming from, purely emotional. It didn't say, but in his defense, he said this. The songwriter, the lyricist, added the word in his heart's defense. Can't blow past that because that sets the stage for where he's coming from. He loves this woman deeply.
He said, look behind your own soul, and the person that you'll see just might remind you of me.
Reminds me of Don Henley singing.
I love, I hope, I try, I hurt, I need, I fear, I cry, and I know you do the same things too. So we're really not that different, me and you.
I could say a lot, and maybe I will.
Now she could hardly argue with his pure and simple logic, but logic never could convince her heart. She had always dreamed of loving someone more exotic, and he just didn't seem to fit the part. So she searched for greener pastures, but she never could forget what he whispered when she left.
Oh, good development.
I laugh,
Yeah.
I love, I hope, I try, I hurt, I need, I fear, I cry, and I know you do the same things too. So we're really not that different, me and you. Was it time, or was it truth? Maybe both led her back to his door. And as her tears fell at his feet, she didn't say I love you. What she said meant even more. I laughed,
Yeah.
I love, I hope, I try, I hurt, I need, I fear, I cry, and I know you do the same things too. So we're really not that different. No, we're really not that different, me and you.
voice is like Don Henley's and Vince Gill's. All right. I love that he was fighting for the girl and that he eventually got her. I hope he received her too, because it could change things when somebody walks out. And then you could be happy, real happy that they came back, but you've already had an experience with them leaving once, and so you'd be a little on edge. But if you really, really love this person, you'd be like, all right, it's on. We're an item. As far as the commonality between them, love, what was it? Love, laugh, like, the one, live, laugh, love. But I love, I laugh, and we're not that different. That's the whole impetus. But she wanted something more. And I understand that, because as human beings, wired for pattern recognition, we develop preferences. We see things that we like. We experience things that we like. And so we pursue it. It becomes part of our psyche and our being that, let's just say a woman wants a guy that's at least 6 feet tall and wants him to be a fan of a certain sports team, and whatever a woman wants. Men want things too. But it becomes part of what you want. Not need, but what your preferences are. And like, we all need food to survive. We need water. We need air. All right. So there are commonalities as human beings. But then you get into the nuances. And we call it chemistry. There's all these different variables blend in, and it either works or it doesn't. That's how we depict it. And even recently at the Winter Olympics, I think she was a downhill skier or snowboarder, and I think she came in fourth or whatever, but her boyfriend had planned to propose to her at the bottom of a slope, and he did. And this was an American. He proposed to her, and on the back of the box, it had a quote from a Taylor Swift song. I didn't know the song, but it had said, who are we to fight the alchemist? And I'm like, that's actually a really good line. Like the alchemist, you really say the chemist, but it's chemistry. But now the other thing that I wanted to say too is the commonalities among us are due to we're human, but this isn't really understood by most folks, but you got a mother and a father, and each contributes DNA, and we think that, okay, I'm half my mother, I'm half my father, right? 50% from my mother, 50% from my father, and that's not true. 99% of human beings' DNA is basically identical. It's the same. 0.5%, 1/2 of 1% of my DNA comes from my father, 1/2 of 1% comes from my mother. So 99%, we're all 99% the same, and it's only the mixture of that 0.5% of my mother's, 0.5% of my father's that gives me my unique characteristics. So it's kind of simplified, but that's basically the way it works. So yes, he's making his argument in here. And that's why I'm glad it came from the heart. He's like, you can't explain the heart. Our heart actually impacts our logic. We don't have everything right, but we know what we want. But yes, I laugh. I love. And not everybody loves. That's an odd thing to me. I can't relate to that because I love very easily. And I don't fall in love easily. As the saying goes, my mind is built for comfort, but my heart is built for speed. And thank God for that, because my mind is pretty strong and I check myself pretty readily, when it comes to loving, falling in love, or what have you. And I'm very selective, so I can relate to her in this song. Now, he didn't throw her under the bus. She wanted something else. She went out, she went looking for it and didn't find it. She realized what she really wanted was that stability of love. And there's a benefit. Maybe she found him to be relatively unexciting, fairly boring, just too stable, as opposed to up, down, sort of more of the roller coaster of life, really high highs and low lows and come back. But there's a lot to be said at some point in life for just sort of like calm. And maybe she experienced ups, downs, highs, lows, being judged, maybe yelled at, being whatever, ignored. I don't know. Whatever went wrong in her other relationships, she came back to him because she's like, yeah, I kind of want that. I want that common, beautiful thing. And there comes a point in life where you don't want drama. You don't want chaos. You just want peace. There are going to be little things that go wrong in life. But the longer you live, the more you get perspective, the more battles you survived in life, you find that like things just really are not that significant to sacrifice your momentary peace or risk blowing up a relationship or a moment or several days worth of tranquility that you could have in enjoyment. So, Kyle, this is what I get out of these songs when I hear them. So thank you for the opportunity to give an anthropological discourse. So it's what it is when you have a philosopher, not just as a life coach, but as a country music reactor. Beautiful voice, instrumentation, lead with piano, you're going to get poignancy. And his voice was at moments indistinguishable from Don Henley's. And and toward the end there, he reminded me of Vince Gill. All right, I'm going to rate this song. And boy, Montauk Ed's getting a workout these days. I'm coming in with an 8.9, and it really was on the beauty of his voice. He really had a very nice, pleasant voice for this song. I could actually see being intrigued or entranced in concert. And, you know, some concerts are generally made for being energetic, but I could see really enjoying him singing this in concert at a show. So there you go. All right, KP, thank you, my friend. I hope you're having a good day out there. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.
Was it time or was it truth? Maybe both led her back